Ready in there?
We said you'd start coming to all of them.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call to order the regular meeting of Bedford Township Board of Zoning Appeals for October 1st. Let's each member introduce ourselves, starting with Jake.
Jake White.
Rick Steiner, Township Board.
Bob Potter.
George Welling.
Tom Zebek.
Jody Rector, Planning and Zoning.
Dennis Kohler, Building Inspector.
Phil Goldsmith, Township Attorney.
Karen Kincaid, Planning and Zoning.
Thank you. Let's all stand and recite the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Karen, would you please call the roll?
Mr. Zebek?
Here.
Mr. Lake?
Here.
Mr. Welling?
Here.
Mr. Steiner?
Aye.
Mr. Potter?
Here.
All present.
Okay. May I have a motion to approve the agenda for tonight?
I'll make a motion we approve tonight's agenda as is.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion approved. How about another motion, if you've had a chance to look at our last month's meeting minutes, a motion to approve those, please.
Motion to approve the September 11th meeting minutes as published.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Under new business, the first item is need a motion to open the public hearing regarding the appeal of JoAnn and Melvin DeMars, 7198 Twin Canyon Drive, Lambertville, Michigan, 48144, requesting a 19.1 plus or minus foot front yard setback variance per section 400.1800 Schedule of Regulations in a R2A single-family residential zoning district to construct an addition on an existing dwelling on land described as parcel number 5802-642-04100, otherwise known as 7198 Twin Canyon Drive, Lambertville, Michigan, 48144. Motion to open.
I move we open up the public hearing.
Support.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion carried. Karen, would you like to read the analysis, please?
Sure. Again, the applicant is JoAnn and Melvin DeMars. The applicant is seeking a plus or minus 19.1 foot front yard setback variance for an addition to the existing dwelling. The property consists of 1.245 acres, and due to the design layout of Twin Canyon Drive, they're at the mouth of the cul-de-sac, it creates a curving front yard setback from the road right-of-way. The existing home meets the setback requirement, however, to extend the front building line southward causes an encroachment on the front yard setback requirement. Per section 400.1800 Schedule of Regulations, in an R2A single-family residential zoning district, requires a 30-foot front yard setback, thus requiring the plus or minus 19.1 front yard setback for the proposed addition. In the submitted letter, the applicant has stated they are aging and are looking to add an addition to the existing dwelling to provide a bedroom and bath to be located on the first floor. As well, the applicant considered other options for the addition location, stating they have no other option due to the steep ravine to the east and inadequate room to the north. Pictures have been provided as visual aid. At this time, no letters or calls of objection have been received. However, 6 letters of no objection have been submitted.
Okay, thank you. Would JoAnn or Melvin or a representative wish to come to the podium? Thank you. State your name and address for the record, please.
Yes, address. Melvin DeMars, this is my wife JoAnn, 7198 Twin Canyon Drive, Lambertville, Michigan.
Thank you. Do you have anything to say in addition to what Karen already told us?
I think she pretty much covered, and Mr. Potter was out this morning to look at how steep the ravine drop-off is behind the house, which really eliminates our ability to put our little small addition anywhere else. It would be the exactly same structure as what we have now, one-story, bedroom and bathroom and some storage area. And we're in our 70s. We're not going anywhere. We're happy to be here, not going to Florida. And as you age, I can see that it's best to have a first-floor bedroom and bathroom if you want to stay where you are, and we certainly do. We're happy campers here, been here since 2000, and no plans to go anywhere else. Happy to answer any questions, or if I didn't provide enough for you gentlemen and ladies, be happy to do so.
Thank you.
All right?
Anybody on the board have?
Any other public? Anybody in the public wants to?
Oh, anybody in the audience wish to add anything? State your name and address for the record, please.
Yeah, Denny Steinman, 7223 Twin Canyon Drive. We're within the 300 feet. We kind of catty-corner across the street, my wife Sue. I also represent the Timber Creek Canyon Association. I was chairman president until about a month ago, and now I'm in charge of the architectural committee, which approves all building, color changes, sheds, if we allow them, any building within those 64 homes in that, I call it a kind of semi-gated community. It's got to go through us, and we got to give them our approval. And I've talked to Mel and JoAnn, and they've got such a practical difficulty there that they're on the cul-de-sac. Plus, it's not going to be, it won't look like it's setting in front of anybody. It isn't because of what's going on. And they've got a deep drop-off into the ravine like we have with ours. And we thought it would be a natural. And what it's going to do is it's going to make the house look like an L-shaped house. And it'll look like it's been there all this time. So we've got no objection. Plus, I've talked to several people. They haven't got any objections at all either. And we're just glad they're going to stick with us. And, you know, so I guess you got any questions from the association?
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Any of the board members have a question for the applicant or for Denny? I guess primarily the applicant.
Pretty straightforward.
Hmm?
Straightforward, I think.
Mhm. Okay. Yes, Tom.
I have a question for Jody or Karen. Did you guys add the rendering?
No, that was submitted by the applicant.
Oh,
Just to
pretty
give-
slick.
Yeah, that's pretty neat.
The picture on the top of one page is your existing home, and the one below it is the proposed addition rendering.
In that case, we did do it.
Oh, no, but there's no question what it intends to look like. And it looks great. We always have to brainstorm, and with this, it really shows what Denny had said, that it's just kind of a continuation of the existing house. Nice job.
George.
That's it?
Yeah, the one tree that you rendered behind so beautifully, that tree is staying there?
Well, we hope so. We don't know exactly for sure.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else?
Make a motion to close the public hearing.
A second.
Okay, we have a motion and second to close the public hearing. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion carried. Do we have any questions or comments amongst ourselves?
Just general discussion. I mean, as Jake said, this one's fairly straightforward. those properties do have some definite ravines to deal with back there.
Mhm.
I know that if they've brought this to our planning and building department, I know that they've looked at this very closely as well. So, I mean, it looks to me like it makes sense. They've, like you said, they've done a nice rendering. I don't think it's going to have any negative impact on surrounding neighbors. There's been no objections within the notification area. They've got the letters of support, so pretty simple.
Mhm. And like JoAnn and Melvin said, this morning I was over there, and I was surprised. Within 10 feet off the back of the house, it drops off where, I mean, it's pretty much unusable unless you're young.
I was actually
For me,
surprised. I was surprised that there was no basement. That really threw me. I saw a house like that, I thought there would have been a basement. That's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else? Might be appropriate for a motion. I think that drop-off would be the practical difficulty, the topography of the rear yard.
Topography of the lot, although it's a fairly large subdivision lot, being over an acre, the building envelope on that lot is limited because of the topography of the lot. And so I would say that the practical difficulty is the topography and the inability to build where the ravine is situated, obviously. So limited building envelope due to topography.
Okay, thank you.
One other thing to add, there's a building line that surrounds our development, and you can't encroach over that building line at all.
You need to come up to the podium, sorry, for the recording.
Yeah, we've got a building line that surrounds our development there, and you can't encroach on that building line at all. It's right in the deeds itself. And so it would take the association to go through an attorney to be able to take that building line and move it. And since we're in a platted subdivision, I'm not too sure how easy that would be to change that at all. That's because we've got most all of us have ravine lots. And so within probably 75 to 100 feet, probably behind the house, 50, 75 feet is the building line, and you can't go any farther than that.
And this proposed addition does not encroach across that building line as imposed by the deed restriction?
Right. It's still in line with the existing building, but going out to the street.
Okay.
I just want to let you know that that's another practical difficulty, the building line. Thank you.
Thank you. Are we ready for a motion?
Mr. Potter, I will make a motion to approve the request for a 19.1 front yard setback variance at 7198 Twin Canyon Drive, Lambertville, Michigan, 48144, parcel number 5802-642-041-00, and an R2A single-family residential zoning district. The owner wishes to add the addition to the home, which will encroach on the current setback. They have a difficulty that there is a steep slope / ravine right outside the back of the home. They cannot go toward the rear of the home to add an addition. Even though the property is 1.245 acres, they have a limited building envelope, again, due to the topography of the land. Also, it's been stated that there is a building line around the development, which would also possibly be encroached if they tried to go another direction than what is proposed. And this particular addition will not encroach on that line based on the development deed restrictions.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a support. Any further discussion? Karen, would you call the roll?
Mr.
Thank you.
Steiner?
Aye.
Mr. Welling?
Aye.
Mr. Lake?
Yes.
Mr. Zebeck?
Yes.
Mr. Potter?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Okay, motion carried. Your variance is approved. Thank you.
You have to pull your building permit within 6 months, so otherwise the approval would lapse, so, okay?
I'll see you tomorrow morning.
Okay, that's a good, is that enough time? Okay,
I still wonder why anybody wants to go bigger and more work.
One floor.
It's easier than digging a basement.
That part.
sure.
Just don't hold an envelope or anything.
No, he said no envelopes.
That's the same thing my wife and I did when we moved back to the farm.
Make sure you
Put everything on
Danny.
the first floor.
You're welcome.
Always a pleasure.
I don't feel like it. Okay, that pretty much takes care of the next item on the agenda is public comment, and there's no public left. So we can dispense with that. Board and staff comments, starting with Jake. Anything?
I'm good.
Okay, Rick?
I'll just beat Karen to it. There's a meeting next Monday. Tuesday.
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 I won't forget.
Gotcha.
Nothing for me, just thank you to the township staff.
Nothing?
Nothing?
I have nothing.
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 And I will add, we have 2 items on that agenda and not 1. So, on the
Okay,
9th.
and we'll find out what those items are pretty
7.
soon. Okay. Super. Well then,
Just for that, I'm leaving.
just for that, motion to close the meeting.
I move.
Okay.
Good.
Meeting's adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
That was a quick one.